Hello everyone and welcome back to Guardcraft. I've spent a bit of time crafting. I've made a solar helmet and an electric jetpack. I hate Industrial Craft's power system. The EU power system is terrible, it is bad, they should feel bad, use RF. I could have done the mechanism one, but that uses hydrogen. I haven't got an electrolytic separator set up yet. That is something I will get into, just not here. I'm going to do a proper base for all this stuff. So I want to get into an angel ring, but I need to be able to catch a ghast, and that's really hard if you can't already fly, so jetpack. And while that's charging, because it does so incredibly, also, this is bad. Are you just staying at 15.2k? Oh no, at 0.3, there we go. While that's charging incredibly slowly, I'm setting up some grid power ready for the angel ring. So that should now be going automatically. And you'll notice someone's turned my floor into chiseled dirt. I don't know who. I assumed it was Team Gaslight, but apparently not. It's dirt. But I don't object to it. Anyone else gonna sleep? There we go. Let's try and remember how the glass is arranged. It's going to be on there, 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 and there. And then you. So I'm going to have to go into the nether and get, let's see, find a wither skeleton, or enough wither skeletons to get drops of evil, so that I can make the cursed lasso to catch a ghast. I also need a bat. That probably won't be too hard. I've seen plenty of bats in caves and mineshaft and stuff. Let's see. Golden lasso is simple enough. String and gold nuggets, and then the cursed one is that and a drop of evil, yeah. So I need 2 of those. That shouldn't be too hard. So I'm going to work on filling this out while my thing finishes charging. It probably won't finish charging because it's taking forever, but until it's got enough charge. So there is a fortress over in the distance that I marked. I didn't actually go over to it and mark it, I sort of guessed where to put the thing on journey map. It looks like someone has actually been over there. I've got arrows, good, I need to be able to shoot a ghast. I mean, I can slingshot around in the nether. The worst case scenario is I fall in lava and die and have to recover my gravestone from lava. It wouldn't be the first time. I need to not use my arrows on blaze. Ow. I hear a ghast. Oh, blaze rods. Thank you. Didn't get any before, got some now. Another blaze, really. I should have plenty of charge. So what I need is a drop of evil. I actually got that marker really well placed. Okay, the ghast is over there. Yeah, you fall off the edge. I see a wither skeleton, and another one. No one's broken these yet? Ow. This is actually really dangerous. I do not have much in the way of protection here. I'm down a piece of armour because I've got the jetpack, of course. Ow. This is going to end badly. I need to get just the wither skeletons. The blazes are going to destroy me. It's a shame it's not like Enderman, just stare at them. That'd be great. I should have made a fire resistance poke. Well, I couldn't. I didn't have blaze rods to make a brewing stand. If I fly away and come back, maybe I'll have better luck. Try and get some of the blazes to despawn. Really? Zombies? Really? That's a Cleo zombie. I mean, look at its little headdress. Okay, how are we looking? Blaze, no skellies. Charge, half down. I didn't start from full, so... Okay, that blaze just despawned. I see you with a skeleton. Come hither, wither. Oh, there's a bunch of them over there. This is promising. No. No luck there. Oh, you can sod right off. No, in. Gonna be a long day. Okay, we've missed some stuff because Fraps wasn't open when I was recording. Go figure. Long story short, obviously I'm flying, I've got the angel ring. So we've lost the footage of me catching a ghast. That's basically it. Stuff I've done in between. I would say I've upgraded my armour, but this is stuff I got off mobs. I've got a looting sword and tinkers. That's how I've got the drops of evil off wither skeletons in order to make the lasso to catch a ghast. That's in trying to get the bat for the angel ring, I died 5 times due to mobs because my armour was terrible at the time. And yeah, I've picked out this place for my base. It's a nice little spot. I'll probably do towers that go down onto the islands and into the water. That's kind of the vision I've got. Like a tower and a tower maybe on the island and then one in the water or something, and have bridges between them. That's fairly long term. I'll probably settle on these plains in the interim. So I'm going to head back. I can probably use this Slime Island as well since it's in the area. I'm going to head back to base and maybe start packing things up a bit. I mean, there's fairly dramatic terrain. I mean, look at this. But no, I quite like that lake. That just feels like an area I want to build in. As interesting as some of these hills are. I don't want to do just plains because that's boring. It's easy to build on, but it's boring. So a lake seemed like a nice idea, and I found a good one. Hello, the village. With is this a base? This must be someone's base. Gaslight Industries. Huh. Wait, we're only supposed to be loading one chunk. How many have you got? Oh, that's just claimed, it's not loaded, of course. Sorry, I was being an arsehole there, or being all suspicious. So this is where gaslight are. Good to know. The other thing I want to mention is that apple trees, I thought I would just have to keep planting them and cutting them down. No, you can harvest, well, I can't at the moment, but with a right click you can harvest a fully grown apple and it leaves the apple there, so it'll grow another one. So you only really need one tree unless you want to mass produce. And you can also bone meal it, and it's like 2 high plants, flowers. It'll just pop off apples. It's great. And then the minor upgrade I made here was to put in a disc manipulator and do a 4K disc here. So this is a bit tidier. I've used that to basically defragment everything onto the couple of discs. I've got tons of ores, got loads of lapis, nether. I've got diamond ore, nether lapis ore, nether redstone ore that I need to fortune because the yield from machines is terrible. So I'll do that. And this is a silk touch pick. I'll make a fortune one. I also need to upgrade this one so that it can mine cobalt and ardite. I can't upgrade this one, I have to make a new one. But that's the situation as it stands now, so I think the next thing I'll do is probably start moving stuff. I mean, the great thing is I can literally just dump almost everything in the system and then just take a couple of the blocks with me and I'll have everything. It's really cool. I love refined storage. I should probably fill in the back wall when I do it. And the marble box is now just a marble box. Historical landmark, grade 2 listed. Alien suggested I should just leave it as it is. My plan was going to be to like turn it into a proper house, but Alien's like, no, keep it. Keep this stupid little marble box. I've dismantled all of this stuff and just left that there to collect eggs. So this is still chunk loaded at the moment. What I'm going to have to do is go over to the base, set up another set of water mills, and then change the loaded chunk to over there, and then come back over here and dismantle this one. Because I can't dismantle this one and take it with me because then I'll have nothing generating grid power, so I won't be able to fly. So, I'll be back for you. I definitely did not get killed by a wither cat while lighting up the perimeter and have to walk 1500 blocks back from my house in town. No, that would be silly and embarrassing. Definitely didn't happen. Not in the slightest. Are you... Oh, you picked up the potion from the witch. That's why you're still around. Go away. Don't you pick up my stuff. Okay, first thing I'm going to have to do is eat, actually. Then slap down you. I'm going to be running away from this guy while trying to retrieve my items, aren't I? Sword. That makes my job easier. Right, I need the controller. Just throw all this stuff on the floor for the moment. Okay, ring, armour, sword, pick. Don't actually need to carry the boots with me anymore. I think that's everything. That's all just the food. So let's get you, you, you. All of that. To start dumping stuff. I don't need a slime thing. I don't need you, you. The ender pearls can go away. You. I don't really need to keep all this food, but I might as well. I've got storage space for it. You. Okay. Let's get this set up. So I find out to build it across a chunk boundary. I should move it this way. I'm going to do that. I think I've been gaslit again, because I did have 3 apple trees here, and one was in the corner here, and I say corner because this is chunk. This is all inside one chunk, this is my loaded chunk. So there was one here, and there was one about here. I logged on today, and there wasn't one here, and there was a great big oak tree here, diagonally 1 square over from the apple tree. I don't think that happened by accident. If it was just that tree, then I could see maybe a sapling had fallen, planted itself and grown, because I think that's a mod we've got in here. But the fact that this one was missing as well, either that, actually, long shot, or maybe not such a long shot, the lava might have set fire to the tree and burned it down, and then a sapling. I've moved this into drawers because this was getting really full of feathers, because I've got what, 850 feathers. Can't make a feather block. Is it Sky Factory you can make a feather block in? Can't in this. So I need to work on my storage, and I try and keep as much of it as possible within the chunk so that it stays loaded, although I suppose most of it doesn't need to be. Once I get stuff up and running and have remote access from elsewhere in the world with wireless, then I'm going to need this chunk to stay loaded, but until then I don't actually need this to be loaded all the time for the system, for the chickens and for my grid power, yeah, but not for that. But one thing I was going to make is the magnet, because it's modded, you've got to have a magnet. So for this I need to make some of this, other way around, and then it's that, 2 of those, and then gets me 4 of those, which is enough, and then that, and that gets me the magnet. And this will pull in any items that are within a reasonable distance of me, as magnets do. It's one of the good magnets. It's an instant one that doesn't drag items across the floor until they catch on a wall and can't reach you and just make the annoying XP jingle noise constantly, which I think this one does. So yeah, that's that. You can't have modded without a magnet. I think I'm going to work on a bit of crafting stuff. I want to get speed upgrades done. That's why I planted the sugar cane, so I can make sugar for speed upgrades, which take sugar, because I want to speed up the solderer, and then I want to get a bit of auto crafting going because I want to be able to auto craft storage drawers. And yeah, so I'm going to work on that for a little bit. Right, so let's get crafting. This is the refined storage crafter. I'm going to, you can attach this anywhere and use it to craft things automatically, but in order to use it with a machine, in this case the solderer, it needs to be pointing into it. So I'm going to put it there, and it can do both. It can craft items just from a recipe, and it can put items into the solderer to process things. And as I say, it can do both because there are different patterns. You get crafting patterns and processing patterns. So for crafting well, let's do processing patterns first. So the processing pattern encoder, I'm going to do all the stuff I need for refined storage processors, because these things are annoying to have to put into the solderer. Okay. Later I'll do a separate solderer for a bunch of this stuff, but just to start with, I'm going to do these. So I'm going to do the advanced processor. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to create the pattern so it knows to take in those items and give me that. And I'm going to do the same with the basic processor and the improved one. And then in order to make those, I also need this. I want to OR dictionary this. It should use OR dictionary yet. So it knows it can use any silicon for that. And then I need this one, and this one. So those 7 recipes can go in there. And that means I can now tell it to craft any of those parts. And it will know what items to put into here, and it'll do it. And this has got 4 speed upgrades in it, so it'll go as fast as it can. Now, the other thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to get an importer, which I don't know how to make yet in the system, because I haven't got the recipe for it in there. So importer, a cable, I need to make some of those. I'm not going to need too many of them right now. Okay, I need an improved processor. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to say I want an improved processor. Do it. And as you can see, it's stuck that in there. I have to take this out manually at the moment. If I put those in there, it'll then do it, and the crafting monitor will tell me that's what it's doing. And it doesn't know it's done because it hasn't pulled it back into the system. That's what the importer is for. So, let's put the improved processor in there. I need to make a basic processor. Okay, so I can request one of those. Basic processor, do it, start, tells you what ingredients you need. And it doesn't know to just put the redstone in, so I have to give it all of the items. Okay. And then I can make one of these, stick that in there, do that, make that, done it. Now I can stick that on the underside of there, and anything this makes will get pulled into the system. So I can now go, I want to make, let's see, another crafter, I suppose. Because I've only got 2 slots left in that one. So, what do I need for this? I need a construction core and a destruction core, which means I need 2 basic processors. So let's do that. Basic processor, request 2. I've got all the materials for that. Tells me what it's going to craft, what it's already got. Do it. And as you can see, it just goes through and does everything it needs to in order to make the stuff you've requested. And there we go, there's my 2 processors. What else do I need? I need 2 advanced ones. Okay. Advanced processor. 2 of those. I've got the materials for it. I'm running low on diamonds. I'm going to need to sort out my fortune pick soon. And that's doing, again, the same job. These take a bit longer. So, once that's done, I can make a construction core. I can make a destruction core. I can make a machine casing. And I can make another crafter. Now this, as I say, can go anywhere. Just has to be attached to the system. Let's put it, I don't know, there. Doesn't matter which way it's facing, I'm not using it with processing, so it doesn't have to point into anything. Now over here, there's supposed to be an arrow there, but it's missing on the texture pack, I guess. I'm going to tell it how to make quartz enriched iron, because that's going to come up a lot. I'm also going to tell it how to make a machine casing. I'm going to tell it how to make the destruction and construction cores, because they're going to come up a lot. You see how this is going? And then with that, I can tell it how to make a crafter, which means I can just request a I can just get my words in order, I can just request a crafter, and it will know how to make one. So let's put all of those in there. And if I wanted to, I could do a crafter. I have all the materials for it, apart from some silicon, which I'd have to tell it how to make. I'm not going to request one now anyway, but that's the principle of it. What was the other thing I wanted to have to make? Cable's probably a good idea, because I'm going to need that. So cable, yep. Let's teach it that. And let's also teach it how to make external storage, because I'm definitely going to want that. Yep. And for that, it's going to need to know how to make a chest. So let's tell it how to make a chest. Now for some reason chests always seem to do this, it's just blank there. I'm pressing shift by the way to get it to show me what item it makes. But that's that. I'm going to want more patterns so I can do planks from wood. So let's do that. I'm going to make some more patterns. It's probably worth teaching it the pattern for patterns. Pattern there, you. Let's make one. Put you there. Teach it how to make that. And now I can use the pattern for patterns to craft patterns. Yeah, patternception. So now I can go pattern, and I can request, I don't know, 10. Yeah, I've got the stuff for that, go for it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, you can put speed upgrades into crafters. There's no point doing it for processing ones, but this one would need them for these two. And this one would need them for all of this stuff. So having done that, I've got 10 patterns I can put in there, good. Now let's make, what was it, the external storage? I don't think I did yet, did I? Or did I? Yeah, I did. Chest, so I need to tell it how to make the planks. Oak chest, come on. Oak chest, come on. Oak chest, come on. Oak chest. Wood planks. You, done it. And while I'm at it, let's also go sticks, because I'm going to need them at some point. And that fills out that crafter, so I will need another one soon. But that means I can now go external storage. I can request it. I have got all the stuff needed for it. I can make one. And that is going to be what I use for my storage system. I'll make a drawer controller, so I can do a bank of storage drawers, all attached to one drawer controller. And then I can put an external storage on that drawer controller, and everything in all of those drawers will then become part of the storage for this system, which means I can put stuff that I've got loads of, like the nether quartz, into a drawer and store it in there rather than storing it on the disks. That's the foundation for what I'm going to do with my storage system. But anyway, I think that is going to do it for this episode. If you've enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, share, favourite and comment, help support the channel. Follow me on Twitter to stay up to date what's going on, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.